Ghostbusters 2016 is quite possibly the worst film ever made. No, I know I say that a lot, but this time I mean it.
If you knew what was coming 28 years later, but now I do, and that's pretty much why I drink.
To Westworld Season 3's premiere, losing 50% of its audience as compared to the premiere episode of Season 2. Get woke, go broke. That's why it failed. End of video.
There's a lot to cover here, so grab yourself a bottle of whiskey.
You want a $20 bar tab. That is sarcasm, but I will attempt to explain what went wrong so badly to try to help them out. You know, for when they make that sequel to this. Oh, wait.
I don't know how you make a movie as bad as The Last Jedi. It takes one of the most beloved franchises of all time, throws it in the trunk of a car, and then backs it into a river.
Terminator Dark Fate was pretty much exactly what I expected from the hilariously desperate trailers. A dull, disrespectful, lackluster, creatively bankrupt, and visually unimpressive attempt to simultaneously milk the classic movies for cheap nostalgia bucks, while also shitting all over them.
I'll probably keep going to see these movies just because it's interesting to see how much money you can spend setting a dumpster on fire. But I definitely have no emotional investment in this terrible fan fiction written by a gang of idiot children.
Something that I thought was a joke, or actually a parody when I saw it, but it turns out it is real. Marvel has a new group of superheroes coming up.
My name is Daniel Kibblesmith, and I am the writer of New Warriors #1. So the first character that we're introduced to is Trailblazer. She's a group home and foster kid, and she inherited from her grandfather a magic backpack. Screen time is a internet kid taken to its sort of logical conclusion. As a youth, he was exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. Snowflake and Safe Space are the twins. Snowflake is non-binary and goes by they, them. B-negative also is obviously a pun. It's a blood type, which is great for a vampire character. And it's also a proud ownership of the idea of having a bad attitude.
I'm sorry for putting you through that, but this is what the comic book industry standard is becoming.
I should not have to be making this video.
Look at the screen. Look at the screen. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Namely that every one of these series crushes the yearly sales of most of the top 10 American comics combined.
And we're going to talk about the mainstream comic book industry seemingly being very salty about manga sales. Jerry Conway is coming out and talking about the rampant sexism and misogyny in manga and anime, and this is another indicator that the mainstream comic book industry is seemingly going to go to war with manga, and good luck with that. Good luck with that, guys, because April 2021, the top 20 adult graphic novels, according to ICV2, all manga.
You don't get to rush this.
Alrighty, so last night was the 93rd Academy Awards, and the excitement was...
A little thought experiment. Close your eyes, dear viewer, and imagine a teddy bear. A delightful, fluffy little chap that you've had for as long as you can remember. When you were a little kid, you'd contentedly fall asleep holding it. Then it would be the first thing you saw when you woke up each morning. It was comforting and fun, and it was always there whenever you needed it. Then, as time passed and you grew older, you began to need the bear less and less, but you could never quite bring yourself to throw it away, because every time you saw it, it brought a fond smile to your face, reminding you of the simple innocence of childhood. And you knew that one day, you'll pass that bear on to your own children, so a whole new generation can make their own happy memories with it. What a charming thought. Now imagine that some fat middle-aged dickhead comes along, spray paints political slogans all over your bear, telling you that you're a horrible person, rips the head off, and replaces it with an 18-inch black rubber dildo. And you're like, "Excuse me, sir, this doesn't seem right. Why are you doing this to my bear?" And the fat middle-aged dickhead gleefully tells you that he's actually improved your bear. In fact, it's never looked better, so stop complaining and enjoy it. Confused and upset by this, you go online to share your experience with other bear users, and suddenly you've got an avalanche of people who've never even owned a bear screaming at you that bears have always had 18-inch dildos attached to them, so why do you have a problem with it now? This is just the way bears are now, and you need to deal with it. Are you some kind of bear bigot? Are you intimidated by strong independent bears? Then, before you know it, the news media's heard about your story, and they're writing scathing articles like, "Are bear fans too entitled?" Or, "The problem with toxic bear fans." And everyone's getting angry and shouting at each other, but nobody's really listening to what's being said. Something which used to represent innocent, universal fun has become a battleground for everyone's petty hang-ups, grievances, and insecurities. Meanwhile, the fat middle-aged dickhead is busy making even more changes to your bear. Before you know it, the arms and legs have been replaced by razor blades, and he's added a big obnoxious rainbow flag to go alongside all the political slogans. In desperation, you turn to your happy childhood memories of the bear before all the improvements were made. But the fat middle-aged dickhead has even found a way to infiltrate that. His new and improved bears have been photoshopped into every family picture and every home movie that you own. There's literally no escape now. The past, present and future have been completely taken over by the fat middle-aged dickhead and his army of rainbow bears with dildos for heads. And no matter how much people hate them, they can never be unmade. Now imagine the frustration and disappointment you'd feel in this situation.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really means a lot to us. Check out the description for other ways to support us. Thanks for watching. Until next time.